We're back.
And we're back. Do you ever feel like you're starting to look like somebody else?
What do you mean?
I like looked at a photo of myself. I got a haircut, and I took a photo of myself to see how it looked, and I was like, I'm starting to look like
Chris
not
Brown.
Me. Not oh hell no.
Who are you starting to look like?
I don't know. Somebody that isn't me.
Because you got a haircut?
I just feel like I'm starting to notice that I'm getting older. Like in my head, I'm always gonna be me when I was 17.
When you had the short hair?
Yeah.
Can we go back to the hairstyle so I can make fun of you
Hell
again?
no. I'm always afraid that, like I texturize my hair. I'm afraid that like I'm going to have to cut all my hair off because it's going to die or something.
Is that bad? Is it kind of like, is it the equivalent of bleaching your hair?
I wouldn't say it's that far, but it's pretty bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it seems like it's, oh yeah, that's right. Huh?
Burns,
I know you did it when you did it the first time you got on your fingers.
Yeah.
And you were like concerned.
Oh no, I was absolutely fine. I was tripping.
What's up, everybody? This is the Sheet and Text Back podcast. I feel like we just did this yesterday.
Did we? No, we did not do it yesterday.
Well, we did it like Monday.
No, not even.
Yeah, we did. We did it on Monday.
That was Monday?
Memorial Day.
That was 6 days ago, so.
This feels too soon. Anyways, this is a podcast where we talk about bullshit. Please, I guess it's on iTunes if you can rate and review it. And what other bullshit do I have to tell them, Will?
I don't know, some stuff that you can.
This is like, this intro stuff is so not us.
It's
like,
so
even when
not
you're
us.
at work on SourceFed, you don't like to ever do intros.
I don't.
It's so like, but I want to get out of the way.
Let me tell you something about that. I know this is really jacked up to say because, like, this is my job or whatever, and I do love my job. But in life, sometimes if you don't want to do something, just don't do it, and you can totally get away with it.
There's a difference, though, because some things you
have
even though,
to
yeah,
do.
you kind of have to do.
But there's some things that you think you have to, but you really don't.
What about, like, breathing?
Like, you gotta do that. That's some shit that's gotta happen.
What about, like, buying a new fit at H&M?
Don't have to. Don't have to, but you can.
How do you differentiate from not having to, but wanting to? How do you find a balance?
Try out not doing it, see how people react.
Well, it's for you, isn't it?
I mean...
You're not, let's be real, you're not buying that outfit. Well, I guess that you're buying that outfit for you so you feel good, but hopefully, your smashes think you look good.
I hate people that are like, man, I dress for me. I dress for me. No, you don't. What do you look like on Sunday at home at 10 a.m.? What do you look like?
Well, that's because you're comfortable.
Yeah, that's when you're dressing for you, to look comfortable. You don't dress for you. You dress for everybody else to look at you and say, hey, that guy's being him.
Wait, so when you put on a tie and go to work and feel nice, that's for...
You're dressing so you look appropriate for where you work. So everybody else thinks you look appropriate. You know you're appropriate, but you want people to know you're appropriate, and that's why you dress like that.
Then what about all the motherfuckers that walk into the office like they've been dead for 2 years?
Well, they don't care, because their job doesn't qualify.
Well, then that argument isn't valid then, because you're saying they dress for other people.
Yeah, everybody dresses for their job. Most people dress for their job. Everybody dresses for their job, what your job requires. If your job requires you to look like a beautiful person, you got to put this on, this on, this on, they put it on. If your job requires for you to hunch over and look at the beautiful people, then you don't have to.
But what about on a Saturday afternoon when we're going to the Grove? Everybody
dresses the same. No, I'm sorry, no. On a Sunday morning at 10 a.m., everybody dresses the same.
No, but you're saying the reason why people get dressed up is for their job. What if they're just going out?
Oh, then you're getting dressed for, like, your peers.
So isn't it all at the end of the day for the peers?
Yeah, everything at the end of the day you do for everybody else. Except for, really, it's for you. You do it for you because you want to be perceived a certain way.
I feel like this is some fucking Jason Silva shit.
Oh, yeah.
If you change the cadence at which you speak, people will believe you.
I swear to you, I could do that stuff. If I had decided that that's what I wanted my career to be instead.
What stuff? Because, only we know what we're talking about.
Inspirational crap.
If you haven't seen, not even specifically Jason Silva, but there's a lot of like people on YouTube who do inspirational type videos, I guess. It's kind of like spoken word. I guess it is spoken word. Spoken word kind of put together with like slow motion footage of like birds flying away and like waves and shit like that.
And they say things in such a way that makes it seem like it's amazing. But when in reality, what is it really? I do the same thing every day.
Yeah.
But you have to emote. And those people are extra emoting.
The thing is, though, if you just take his script and read it in a monotone voice, you're still going to be impressed.
This universe is much like a bowl of cereal. Open, vast. Tiny
He's
pieces
definitely
everywhere.
never ever said that.
I wish he did. I bet he can get away with it too. They put a really nice shot of like a bowl with a perfect circle inside this rectangle. Got little 3 Cheerios in there.
I can see
symbolizing
Zay Frank
perfect
doing
rice.
that.
He totally would, and I would jerk off to it. I'd be like, oh my god, Zay is an artist. He's created things that no one's ever created before.
I see. I like listening to Zay. Will's over here trying to shoot shit with a camera while we're doing a podcast.
I'm done now.
I like to listen to Zay. Zay Frank is a YouTuber, if you're unaware.
I wouldn't say.
Well, he used to be a YouTuber, and now he is
He was a YouTuber for 6 months.
What is he? The head production?
He's the vice president of
BuzzFeed Video.
Of video at BuzzFeed, yeah.
And they're fucking killing it. But I've seen him like do panels, and I think I've mentioned this before. But just listening to him speak is fun.
Yeah.
It's like I feel the same way about the Fine Bros.
Yeah.
Just listening to them speak, and
someone that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, they are intelligent, but it's not even just because they're intelligent. It's just they are so smooth with their subject.
Yeah. And I think the reason why I always talk about him because like I don't know if I mentioned it before on the podcast, but I mentioned on pretty much everything in my life. I got the intern for him for about 3 months.
Name drop.
And it's not a name drop because I was just an intern. If I was like, yeah, I wrote for him for 3 months.
Yeah.
No. And he just taught me everything. He taught me more than anyone has taught me in my life.
What if you were like Conan's gardener? Is that a name drop? Because I think that's a name drop.
That's a name drop.
Like if you're with all your garden homies,
yeah.
and you guys are like, doing whatever you do on your break, and you're all hanging out, and you're like, yo, guess who this motherfucker's a gardener for?
Conan O'Brien, bitch! See, if I was friends with a bunch of interns and I was like, well, I intern for Zay Frank, then it'd be cool. But when it's like all of my peers are like, don't want to be interns, then it's like, oh.
That's not. I mean, we both came from internships, and I am thankful as fuck.
I'm thankful for my internship.
How did you see the listing for the internship? Because I tweeted. I got my job. The job I have now is because of Twitter.
Mine is because of video on Philly D on YouTube.com/PhillyD.
Oh, was he like, Sup Nation?
It was a video of him and Danny, and he was like, yeah, some, we want to have interns. And I was like, what the hell?
Oh, weird. I never saw that.
Yeah. And then, so I emailed Danny, and then... But what is really interesting about that story is I got my internship because our internship was supposed to be a driving internship, like you go places. And as you know, to this day, almost 3 years later?
Over 3 years.
Over 3 years later, I still don't have a car.
Isn't that incredible? You still don't have a license.
Yes, and it is incredible. It's just there's some things in my brain that I can't get myself to do. We've talked about.
But even beyond that, you've kind of lucked out so much. You haven't needed a license for over 3 years because all your friends drive you places.
I've set up my life that way.
Wow, it's incredible.
Like you guys think you guys are in charge around here because I'm like, nah.
Will's running the shit.
I'm running it behind the scenes. But like on my internship thing, my resume, you remember that you have to click a box on the side that says that you do have a car, and once you click that, you can do the rest of the resume.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I don't have a car, but it won't let me do it without it. So I just clicked it as if I did, and I meant to explain to Danny, oh, I don't have a car. And I never did because they gave me the internship, and I realized that I couldn't have it without a car. So
someone snitched on you, though.
Yes, it was a conversation you and I had, huh?
What do you mean?
You and I were talking.
Oh yeah,
about
and they were eavesdropping.
Yeah, and then and another guy was like, yeah, it was one of our first days of being an internship, and you and I were talking, and I was like, yeah, I don't have a car. You're like, what? You don't have a car?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, keep it on the DL. And then another intern came up, and he was like, you don't have a car? And I was like, yeah, keep it on the DL, motherfucker. That's not
what if this whole time, like, you thought it was him that snitched, but it was my
ass.
Was you? Yeah. Fucking 3 years later, I'm like, yeah, bitch, I snitched. Yeah, I wanted you out.
You were my only competition. I was trying to win.
Yeah, because I feel like we were the only ones making YouTube videos at the time.
we were.
Everyone else
That guy actually was trying to.
He was trying to, like, be a director.
Yeah, he was trying to be
which was, like, different.
Movies,
but, like, as far as, like, a YouTuber, we were probably the only one. Man, I was different.
I was very different.
I'm so glad I'm not like that anymore.
Ooh, me too.
Will and I and our friend, who was with us? Maybe Maureen? I don't remember. We watched... Yeah, it was Maureen. We watched some of my old YouTube videos.
Oh, man.
Man, there's a video.
Don't even say.
I'm not even going to say. I'm not even going to give a detail what it is. But there's a video that would ruin me. Not like because I say anything
incriminating.
Yeah, incriminating, but it's so bad.
It's so bad.
It's so bad, man.
I want to take down all my old ones. I think I am, actually.
Taking them down?
Yeah. Except for, like, my first one or two.
You haven't seen the Fast and the Furious movie, but have you heard that song?
Yeah.
I mean, of course you have.
Yes,
fucking,
the Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, and then Charlie Puth, I think is how you pronounce it. Well, he was a YouTuber as well. Like, he made the Charles Trippy fucking intro song, the original one, I think.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And I remember, like, seeing his... I never was really a fan of him, but I knew who he was, and I would watch his videos, like, 4 years ago. Every now and then. And then, I know that song came out, and I was like, I wonder what, like, that's a huge song. That's, like, one of the biggest songs right now, or at least a couple weeks back. I was like, I wonder what his YouTube channel looks like now. And I went, and it's, like, super professional now. He has, like, all these professional photos, and
cool.
he did a song with Meghan Trainor, which I was like, what the fuck? He has a music video with Meghan Trainor? But all his old videos are gone.
Gone, yeah.
So it's like the record label came in and was like, nope, we gotta make this image.
Yeah.
We gotta paint this image. So when these kids search you, like from the movie,
find the good stuff.
And they're like,
you know what?
He's a pop star.
Hell yeah, actually. There's a lot of stuff that I don't need on there. But I know there's a couple that I can't delete because my mom, I always tell my mom, do not watch my YouTube videos because I realized in order to be the true type of artist or comedian that I wanted to be, I could not. My mom, knowing that my mom was watching me, was stopping me. Like, I was like, because I love saying goddamn. Goddamn is my favorite goddamn thing to say.
Goddamn.
Since always. The one thing my mom does not want to hear me say is goddamn. And that's my shit.
Yeah, I was the same way with, like, my music. Pretty much anything, actually.
Yeah.
There was always, in the back of my head, I was like, somebody in my family can see this shit.
Oh, man, if my cousin Alonzo sees this shit, I don't give a fuck. Please watch it. Share with your friends.
Now I'm kind of like, I don't really care. Like, I'm still, but the difference, though, when I do see my family, I am not going to say certain things.
Yeah.
But if they still happen to hear that in my music or on the podcast or whatever the fuck, like, whatever. That's their fault. Don't look for the shit.
Yeah,
don't look for the shit.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So I gotta keep, my mom told me that she only watches a few of my videos. I guess to feel like she's still watching it. It's this one called Nerdy Lemonade Stand. You probably, I think that was after, it was after I was friends
The
with
one
you.
where you filmed at the park?
Yes.
No, I was friends with you already.
Yeah, do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And the one about me getting, that's so
Wait,
weird.
she still watches that?
Yeah, she still watches
Why?
it. Just because she likes it.
Your shit don't have replay value.
It does not have replay value. That and the one where I got a root canal. You ever seen that one?
No.
It's like one of my first.
You really got a root canal?
Yeah, I really got a root canal.
In real life?
And I made a video about it.
Oh shit, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
But on the same lines, like, you know how on Instagram when you like photos, and it, like, if you go to, you can see what your friends are liking? It's the same thing. Like, all I like is, like, big booty girls. That's it. And my family could see that,
Yeah.
But I remember you mentioned that to me once.
Yeah.
You're like, you realize people could see what you're liking.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
I noticed that because
I like booty.
I noticed that because one time, now I don't like anything, because there's this girl that I liked kind of. Well, I thought she was cool, and I wrote on her. I said something funny to her, and then I also liked it. So that went to the feed of all the people who follow me, so they can see that, and they started going on her photo, telling me that I was hitting on her wrong. And I was like, oh god.
Did you not do the same? Well, not comment, but did you not do the same thing when it comes to lurking to Gambino and his sister, or what was it?
Oh yeah, I found his sister.
Yeah.
I don't remember how. Yeah, I was like, oh, this is his sister, and I was like, I don't want to know anything about her because I know that's too much, so I clicked away from it.
It's weird, like.
That's because I wouldn't want someone to do that to me. My sister, I put out there, but like my other relatives, I would not put them on blast like that.
Yeah.
If you find some personal stuff about me, just do me a favor and forget.
Shout out your sister's music one time.
I should. And not that, I mean, just not me in general, just anybody. If you know somebody doesn't want you to know something and that person is a personality, someone you don't know, just leave them alone. It's just, that's it. But if they want you to know and they want you to make jokes about it, go for it.
It's pretty incredible. I mean, I'm sure if you Google it, you can find the information, but, like, I didn't know Gambino had relatives.
Yeah.
Because, like, he doesn't ever talk about them in his music, But, we're, with the podcast and, like, with you and SourceFed and Snapchat and Twitter and all Instagram, all this bullshit, pretty much everything is out there. If you watch, you can see what this person does in their pretty much day-to-day life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't know all of it, and that's the weird thing when people try to, like, assume that they know you 100%.
Yeah. I think a lot of times, you think you know a person because you look at their, you look at their art, their things, the thing that they make, and you think that is a 100% representation of them, but that is not true.
Right.
Like our comedy, our art, everything, or your music is kind of, I don't know about you if you do it, but I know I do it. This is the dream version of me. This is the version of me that I think is very good. or realistically very bad. Like Louis C.K. A lot of people don't realize Louis C.K., the one that you see, is a character that he created. Nobody is.
I wish the second you said that, this fucking door in my bedroom kicked down. Louis C.K. said, "Fuck you, that ain't a character," and then he just ran away.
And he just fucking shot me with a
like
shotgun.
a goddamn Kool-Aid man.
No, what if we heard him run away and we heard him run into my room, slam the door, and there was a gunshot?
Oh shit, goddamn.
Louis, no! I'm sorry.
I would be really sad.
Oh yeah, hell
if
yeah.
Louis died.
And then Conan ran in there too and blasted his brains out. Like, no!
Well, then you would have potentially Conan's spot. Would you take Conan's show?
Well,
okay, what if they're like, all right, Will, Conan's out. You're in. The only stipulation is we're leaving it named Conan. It's still going to be called Conan.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's still going to be called Conan.
Wait, does Conan not want the show anymore?
They're pushing him out. So Conan is already going to hate you.
Shit. I don't think so, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Could they just give? Okay, so Conan has an interesting name, right? It's pretty. Yeah. That's a cool name.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a TV show. Like it
Ironically,
is.
though, if you type in Conan, just the word Conan, all you would get is Conan the Barbarian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But could there be a show just called William?
No.
It's just.
There's one that's like Whitney or whatever. There's one is named Whitney and yeah.
But let's be honest, that show's not good.
I don't know Crystal Lee's on. I've never seen it, but yeah. I wish I could make my name a household name like Conan, but he's really good at comedy. So
like, there's Conan, there's Kanye.
There's Kanye.
Like maybe Drake did it, but I feel like even still,
that's more of like a title. That's not his actual name.
Yeah.
Like Michael, when you say Michael, people know you're talking about Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan.
No, I don't know. If you just say Michael, and there's no
Where
context.
I'm from, if you say Michael, they know you're talking about Michael Jackson.
I feel like MJ for sure.
MJ for sure, yeah.
It's always interesting that Michael Jordan and Michael Jackson is just both MJ, and they're both like the fucking best at what they do.
At the same time too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. In the same era. I'm still very perplexed, and I've talked to you about it. I'm 24 years old. I'll be 25 in October. That's old. It's pretty old. All right. I should know shit by then, especially the basic stuff.
Do you think you don't know shit?
I thought I knew shit, and then I came to terms that I don't fucking know. I didn't understand that I'm actually a bad listener, and this whole time I thought I was a great listener. But apparently, great listeners are people who don't try to solve your problems, but just listen and sympathize. And then if the person asks for help, then you try to give advice.
Yeah, everybody's different though. You got to learn. I just realized you got a goddamn big bottle of cologne. Do you really need that much?
Yo, I went to the swap meet yesterday right down the street, and it was dope. It was like, it reminded me of the Philippines. There's a place called Green Hills in the Philippines where everything is fake, everything is negotiable, everything is fucking cheap and great, and it's awesome.
Everything's negotiable. I know exactly what you're talking about.
There's people outside. It's okay. So it's like a swap meet here, but it's indoor. And there's like little stores inside this building, and instead of just saying sir or ma'am, would you like to buy this, or would you like to come into my store, they shorten it and they call everybody mom sir. Hey mom sir. There's dudes that with a crumpled up paper of just like bootleg DVDs that they have, and they also have porn, and they say sir, do you want DVDs, sir, do you want porno, sir, and they just fucking follow you, and like even if you say no thank you, they still follow you because they know you're foreign. So it's just, mom sir, you want first? Mom sir, you want porno? It's fucking the weirdest thing. But the swap meet that I went to is very similar.
Wow.
And I bought like a Coca-Cola can size of fucking
Coca-Cola
cologne.
Can.
And like it was way fucking cheaper. I don't know if it's real. It smells real. But like,
it looks real.
Yeah, I don't know.
I remember my sister when she came over here a couple of weeks ago. She had a bottle of cologne. Wait, what was I saying?
Your sister.
Oh yeah, she has a bottle of cologne. I'm sorry. She had a bottle of cologne and she just got it. She started spraying it. Pss, 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 pss,
Ooh, too much. Too much.
And then I was like, Jasmine. I was like, do you think you have enough on? She was like, oh, you think I should put more on? I'm like, this is unreal. And she did put a little bit more on. And I was like, how much did that bottle of cologne cost you?
Kids, no more than 2 sprays.
How much do you think that bottle of cologne for you to spray it like that would cost you? Like $10.
$10, yeah.
$110, I think she said, over $100.
What the fuck?
And she sprayed it like, pss, pss, pss,
it's not even really like to me like an issue of how much it costs. It's like it's gonna smell.
It's gonna smell.
There's a point where something smells good, but if it smells too much, it's not good.
A lot.
Like incense, I bought some incense at the swap meet too, and I love the smell of it. But after a while, it's just too much. It's too much. Like I have to put it out because of like choking on it. So yeah, no more than 2 sprays, kids. You spray one on your wrist and one on your neck, and then just rub the shit everywhere.
Just rub this shit everywhere. I know when I'm like running out of cologne, I like look at the bottle and I count. I'm like, I got about 3 more days.
3 more days.
Of cologne.
I got 3 more drops.
And then you save it, and you're like, all right, I know I got a date on Saturday. Today's Wednesday. I know I can go without cologne on Friday because not that many people come into the office. And
I feel like you kind of do the same thing with your haircuts.
I do. I time them right. And then what really sucks is when you got that last spray of cologne, and then you're like, all right, time for my date, and the bottle's shaped sideways, and it sprays out to the side, and it gets on your hand, and like, I got half a spray on my body.
I got 1 spray left of shit. Is there anything in your life, because you're 21, is there anything in your life that you're like, man, I should have known that, and I just realized I didn't know that?
Oh, I learn things every single day. Cool. I'm the most inept person when it comes to general humanity. I'm starting to understand people in general. Why I realized yesterday, this could just be one of my dumbass thoughts. It's that all emotions are weighed the same. People do things that are bad. People do things that are good. And you wonder, why did that person do that idiotic thing? They knew it was going to make them sad. Because humans just like to feel, no matter what.
Who told us that?
No, that was Travis.
Oh, yeah,
Travis.
I
just want to feel something.
Just like, dude, I'm going to be honest, I just want to feel.
I just want to feel something. That's what I learned this week.
That's kind of deep.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's why I fucking love Travis. People might think, oh, Travis is stupid. Travis just sitting around here. Nah, Travis has some thoughts in there. Travis has some plans, some intentions, but he's lazy as fuck.
I'm still trying to get Travis to be my manager. I think if Travis became my manager, and like shit started popping off, it would happen a lot quicker if I did it. And you know what I mean? If I did it with Travis, it'd happen quicker than if I did it alone.
I mean, you can have him be your manager. I know he's up for some extra. I think he'll just do it just to help you out. Slide in some extra cash. I feel like this is a conversation we should have off of the podcast, but
hold on, just push the mic to the side.
So what I'm saying,
Will, I'm trying to be the next big thing.
Yeah,
and I'm not really sure how I do that.
Saying Travis can help you do it. You just gotta let him know.
Do you think he has the drive and motivation and the skill set to allow me to do that?
Yeah, but he's lazy, so you gotta get him with that ching ching ching.
Do you think him having a kid is gonna mess up the flow?
Yeah, he'll be devoted to you. I know it.
Yeah, that's true.
You bring him the money. How much money that kid's bringing him?
That's a good fucking point. Yeah, the kid's like 2. He's not bringing in shit.
He's not gonna bring him a goddamn dollar. He's gonna cost him dollars. The $2 you give him, he's gonna take him by a crib for his kid. So,
god damn, I never actually thought of this. I gotta tell him tomorrow. We gotta get rid of the kid.
Yeah, get rid of the kid. Throw the kid out.
Let's go back to the podcast.
Oh yeah. Hey.
So what I was saying.
So Drake be like,
did you see that podcast? I think I asked you this yesterday. Somebody tweeted us a podcast where
I think it was Rhino Boss. Yeah.
Their podcast name is Trust Issues. Mm-hmm. I'm not actually recommending it because I didn't really listen to it. I listened to maybe 3 minutes of it. So I don't want to tell you that it's good and then you guys go listen.
I realize
about bullshit.
I don't take in anybody else's stuff. I used to listen to podcasts. I don't really listen to podcasts anymore. Used to watch YouTube videos. I don't really watch YouTube videos anymore unless it's something I really want to see.
But I will be honest. Like I used to, because my drive to work every day used to be an hour each way. Mm-hmm. So I would listen to Joe Rogan podcast every fucking day, and I learned. Not only did I learn a lot, but I laughed so much. Yeah, and it was fucking great. Like he always has great comedians and great conversation. If you haven't checked it out, listen to Joe Rogan Experience. It's fucking amazing. Way better than this shit.
Yeah.
But I kind of miss it, and I used to watch YouTube videos every single day. And I miss the shit. The first time that I've watched binge watched a YouTuber's videos was the other day, like me, you, and Ava when we were watching Casey Neistat.
Yeah, I used to do that.
And that was great. I don't think I can really connect with like another YouTuber, especially like the new kind of YouTuber.
I'm trying to the new type of YouTuber is I'm cute and let me tell you about my life.
And then here's a subpar joke.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, it's kind of like what this podcast is.
I mean, yeah, but this is like this. I feel like this is so different. I don't know. I try to treat everything I do as if it's art or a project. Those people are like have no idea what they're gonna do.
Right.
They have no idea. They're like, I'm just gonna turn on the camera and try to look cute. This is me. For me, what I like this podcast for is me talking to my friend.
Right.
Yeah. It's like having a dialogue, a conversation. This could be listened to hundreds of years in the future, and it might be something. I
wonder if we'll ever have people on this. Remember that one time? I think it was a week and a half ago. I told you like I slept really bad. I slept super poorly. I was at somebody else's house.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, well, is it because you were not in your bed? And I was like, no. I had the stupidest nightmare that I just remembered now. I had a dream that we did the podcast, you and I, and we went for an hour like we normally do. And then for some reason, after that hour was up, we brought someone in as a guest and just continued to do the podcast, and it was horrible. And I don't remember specifically why it was a nightmare, but I think a lot of inappropriate things were said, and it might have been live. And I think we were like fucked and like we were ruined.
We were ruined.
I don't know. I don't remember who the guest was. But then that made me think maybe we should never have a guest on this show.
I don't care about ever having a guest. This is for me to listen to on my deathbed.
But what if like Zay Frank is like,
if I would do anything he says. If
what if Obama was like,
you can't get on this shit, man. I know.
What if Kanye was like, can I be on your podcast?
Can I be? You seen these mics?
Oh shit! Have we talked about that fucking video yet?
I think we have.
If we have,
we did.
It doesn't matter. I'm gonna tell you again, please, because not everyone went and listen. Go to YouTube and type in Kanye West.
Do you see this coat?
Yeah, or are you venturing into fashion?
Yeah.
Kanye, I fucking love Kanye.
Yeah.
I'm in a place in my life where I'm not sure if I like Kanye West more or Drake more. You've been listening a lot more Kanye.
Recently. I have been. Because Kanye is, once again, he's the difference. I don't think he's even a musician anymore. He especially with his album Yeezus, it's something that I feel like you can listen to Yeezus is like if you go to an art show and like they're like, look at these headphones, put these headphones on, and some of those songs are like, what the hell am I listening to? That it's like that. Kanye is barely music; it's an experience.
Yeezus isn't that great to me though.
I know there are like some tracks on there that I'm like,
it's just noise.
Yeah, it's cool noise. Every single track on there, I think it conveys an emotion within me, but it's not something that I listen to when I'm driving down the street. It's something I listen to when I want to. I'm just thinking about how absurd things is that people make that are so cool.
I'm sorry to derail this, but my hands smell like fucking crab still.
It's been like 3 days.
I got crab on Thursday night, and at this particular restaurant, you eat the crab, you eat the shit out of a bag with your hands. You wear a bib, and I also wore gloves. But for some reason, my motherfucking hands, they still smell bad. They smell like I had my hands in a fucking bucket full of lobster and crab and dead fish all night. Like I slept like that. You want to take a smell?
No, absolutely not.
You never want to smell the shit when I ask you if you want to. Why don't you, Will? Here, come off the podcast with me. Real quick.
All right.
How come you never want to fucking smell my shit?
I'm telling you,
not my literal shit, like the shit I'm trying to.
Whenever anyone wants you to smell some shit, it's because they know it's bad. Why would you want me to do something that's bad?
Because we would enjoy that time together. We would both be like, "You're right, that smells bad."
Oh, it's about connecting to each other. Well, I can hear the words you say, so that's good.
But you can't relate. You remember that topic we were talking about recently about Louis? And I was like, you don't understand that joke.
Yeah.
And you're like, now I understand the joke.
Now I can relate.
Same shit. You can't relate if you don't smell the shit.
I'm still not gonna smell I'm not gonna smell your hands. I see what you're saying. You're 100% right, but I'm not gonna smell your hands. Let's get back on the podcast.
I need a better friend.
Me too.
Ava and I were just at a breakfast spot, and we were sitting outside, and a group of 3 people came out, and one was a white gentleman, one was a white female, and then one was a black gentleman.
Say that again? Those 3.
From what part?
The 3 type of people they were?
Okay, so there was one gentleman, and he was a white gentleman. Then there was a female, and she was a white female. And then there was another gentleman, and he was a black male. And the 2 males came out first, and they were, joking, being loud, having a good time. Lots of laughs were happening. And then the girl walked out.
Young people or old people?
Like our age.
Okay.
And then the girl walked out, and she was laughing at said jokes. Then Ava was like, "That's you, Will, and I." And it really was. They had poor style in clothing, but it was really us. But the only difference, the way that the vibe of their friend group was just like the vibe of our friend group. The only difference is they got into a Range Rover.
They got into a Range Rover. Oh, we get into a goddamn Ford or a Fiat.
How the fuck am I supposed to stunt on motherfuckers when I'm getting into a Ford Fiesta?
I'm getting into. You said a stairwell.
I won't know I made it until. That sounds very like
money.
I don't give a fuck. I won't know I made it until I'm in a Range Rover. What did Steve say the other day? He was like, that car has too much rim.
Yeah, it was one of those. He always says that, something about rims.
Remember when spinning rims was a thing?
Yeah. I don't know how I'll know I've made it to where I want to be. I think once I'm like, cool. I don't know. I'll know. I'll know.
To me is when I'm looking out when I'm on stage and I'm looking out to the darkness and all I see is like phone lights like flashing, like people just taking photos, and it's just a full fucking crowd.
Yeah.
That's how I'll know
You know what?
I made it what I want to do.
I think what I want to do is Madison Square Garden.
Holy fuck, that's like top of the league.
Yeah. Once I've done that, and not just because I did it. Once I did it and know I nailed it.
Has Louis even done Madison Square?
No.
I don't think he has.
I don't think he has either.
He had, well, like, we could be wrong, so don't jump on us, but I think he had Madison Square Garden planned this year, and then they canceled it because of weather.
God, that would have been. I bet they were.
And remember, they
were gonna film it.
Maybe he released like a whole.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'm sorry, blah blah."
Oh, that must suck.
Yeah, Madison Square Garden. Shit.
That's like 10,000 people, I think.
It might be more. I want to Google that. Who can Google that?
Let me track that for you.
What is that? Is that a search engine?
Yeah.
Does it just come up with Drake lyrics or something?
No, it's just like Google, but let me Drake that for you.
Okay, who would want to type something longer than Google if it's gonna do the same shit?
And it's like LMF Drake TFY.
Madison Square Garden.
Okay, public transit owner. Okay, capacity basketball 19,000.
Well, this says capacity Madison Square Garden 18,000 people. Holy fuck, 18,000 people.
Aziz Ansari did it.
Aziz Ansari did it 2 nights in a row. Sold out.
2 nights in a row, sold out.
That's incredible.
That might be the best feeling. That second night, once you finish, that might be. If I ever did that, I would be elated. And then I go into my dressing room and you hear a loud gunshot.
There would never be a time. Well, for sure, he's not like, you know what? Both nights fucking killed. He's definitely like.
Second night was
better.
Yeah.
Second night was fucking better.
You definitely want to end on the better night.
That crowd was whack.
Like crowd was whack. Yeah.
What's like? How do you? What would be your definition of like a poor crowd or an amazing crowd, especially in like an arena? Because of course everyone's laughing in an arena.
There's like do you want laughs or you want claps? I'm the type of comedian that wants 70 laughs, 30 claps. 30 claps. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like it's so subtle. It's hard to explain, but I can tell sometimes when a comedian is doing their best shit, but the audience just isn't feeling it. It's so weird to me. But I guess it's subjective. It's whatever you think.
Do you think that there is hecklers in arena shows?
They try.
But you can't hear them, right?
Yeah.
There's no way that you can fucking hear a heckler.
Don't. Listen, if you've never been to a comedy show, and I've been to comedy shows with people that have not been to comedy shows, shut up. Shut up.
Shut your dumb ass up.
Don't say a word unless you're asked a word.
Unless the comedian is specifically talking to you, you don't need to fucking...
specifically talking to you. Just because he's talking to the audience, don't speak up. If he's... Yeah.
It's their job to make the jokes, not your job.
It's not your job. People think it's like about them. They're like, oh, I want to make people laugh too. No, some comedians, this is as good as their life gets.
But what I will say, if you are like drunk and you're an idiot, go ahead and speak up, because a comedian, if it's a good comedian, he's gonna fucking ruin you. And I like to laugh at that.
Yeah.
Should we take some questions?
Oh yeah.
Let's take a question. This one's from Matthew. He said, "Yo, Will and Daren, I have a rule that I don't post any photos or statuses with potential smashes. This goes for my Instagram and Facebook. I just think it's less complicated and easier. Do you have any rules when it comes to social networking and potentials?" Oh, social networking with potentials? Ciao.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. I remember recently this week somebody wrote like a string of comments on one of my photos talking about like they tried to like hurt my feelings, and they were like, "You look like this and you do this, great. That, and you only like girls like this. What about this girl?" And like they based their whole opinion on me on what they seen on social media, and they were so inaccurate. It was hilarious.
Yeah, people are weird though. Like I've never wrote a mean comment.
Me either.
Looking back,
never.
I don't think I've ever wrote a mean comment.
Never.
Watch, people are gonna find the comments that we
I remember
said.
something I wrote that wasn't meant to be mean, and the person responded, and they blasted me, and I was like, oh, whoops.
I will. Well, actually, I have responded to like people commenting on my YouTube channel and like giving me shit. I think it's funny to like respond back, but like being stupid about it.
I don't recall in my adult life ever once responding to a mean comment.
Yeah.
I don't respond to it because that just gives them attention, even if it's a critique. I mean, a negative critique, like a mean critique, I just, like, let it be. Whatever.
Like, you need to go to the doctor and fix your nose.
Yeah. Like, the people are always like, your hair's too long. I mean, I'm gonna let it look how I want. Like, I don't know why people think that they get the right to,
like, their opinion fucking matters.
Like, you think I'm gonna read this comment and be like, oh, well,
my hair is a little bit too long.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go cut it.
Yeah, my mirror must not be working.
It's like, no, fuck you!
I'm gonna do what I want regardless. And I don't
damn.
think these people mean harm or ill will. They just want to like joke or get a reaction out of you. It's kind of pointless.
So do you...
I definitely read the nice comments though. Really like those. Favorite those.
So your rule... Do you have any other rules?
I
don't know if
I just don't think there are some people who I don't know. It's different because when you're
My pants are very tight.
it's good. You got a string loose.
But look at it right here. It's like skin tight, and I didn't notice that until earlier.
It is like skin tight. I don't know what pants I should wear today. I don't know. We'll figure that out.
Interesting.
Yeah. I just don't think you have to post what the person you're trying to be with.
I don't think that I have given myself any rules in life.
I've given myself a lot of rules,
I don't think I have.
but I only take my rules. The rules that I do, I only give myself.
I'm trying to think, and I feel like I've never been like, you know what?
Don't do that.
I mean, obviously, unless it's like a fucking horrible thing, a horrible act, or it's breaking the law. But like, as far as like just the rules for myself, I don't think I have any. I just kind of like know what I want and know what I should and shouldn't do.
Yeah, I definitely have rules.
So like this guy is saying, do I not post photos with smashes or potential smashes?
You do give yourself rules.
I do.
All the time. I remember you used to be like, I'm not going to do this anymore, and then you'd immediately do it. So you do set rules, you just don't listen to them. You just do whatever you want.
Are you referring to, what are you referring to? Snake?
Smash. Yeah, snake.
Oh. Yeah, but that's different. Because this is like a rule to like live by. I'm like, I'm not going to fucking see this girl anymore. And then, smash.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah.
But yeah, there's people who we know who always want to post photos with smashes or people that they're with, or just because like I don't know,
because they think because we got a lot of friends with. None of our friends have a crap ton of followers on anything,
right?
But they think that they got a little bit more than most people, so they're like, okay, if I'm hanging out with this girl and I want her to like me, I'll post this photo with her. It'll get a bunch of likes. She'll get a bunch of followers. She'll like me more. She'll rely on me.
I fucking hate that
That's
shit.
That's the dumbest thing in the whole world.
I hate that these days, especially like in these young adults, and maybe only in LA. It's probably not like that fucking anywhere else. Actually, it's probably not, because like my friend Maureen lives in New York and she doesn't give any fucks about this stuff.
Yeah.
But like people really like value you on how many followers you have on the internet.
100%.
It's fucking gross as fuck.
I have barely any, but I know when I had less than I do now, people were different. The more you get, the different people treat you.
Oh, now you motherfuckers are trying to hang out.
Now, you don't come to shit. I wasn't coming before, and I'm not coming now.
Yeah. So as far as any rules go, I don't think so. If I want to post a picture with the girl that I'm interested in, or that I'm with, or that I'm dating, I do it. If I don't, then I don't do it.
No, I think about it. Like, I know, like, I have taken no photos with girls I like. They haven't taken any with me either.
Yeah.
So cool.
Well, it's like
none of them have ever asked.
I mean, even with my girlfriend, we never really take photos.
There's some that like, oh, I'm hanging out with a.
We gotta take a photo.
Oh,
we're going to the Grove. Let's take. We're gonna go watch Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, we gotta take photos.
Yeah, but some people like to take photos, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I know there. With my social media, it is an extension of my humor. It's my jokes. There's a difference between posting leisurely photos and there's doing my thing. I don't know. It's different.
Yeah. Interesting. Let's move to the next question. You want to read this one?
Oh, yes.
It's from Joe.
He said not to say his
Not
name.
Joe Beretta.
I'm in high school, and there's a girl I'm trying to smash, but we barely even know each other and don't talk often. How do I get to know someone new without a mutual friend? Don't try to smash if you're in high school.
Yeah, and if you do, you shouldn't.
You shouldn't. And if you do, you shouldn't. You shouldn't have.
I'm in high school, and there's a girl I'm trying to smash. Okay, so right there off the bat, he's trying to smash.
I legitimately don't think you should be. You can do whatever you want because you're not me, but if I was in high school and I started smashing, like, maybe he's just saying smash isn't the term, but yeah, if I had started doing that when
also,
I was in
high
high
note,
school,
I want to address this. When we call people smash, we mean everyone, and we also don't just mean sex.
it means really romance. It does
kinda-
not refer just to sex.
It means relations.
It's relations. Like, is smash? If we look at a girl, if one of my friends is like looking at a girl and he's talking to her, I'm like, oh, smash. I'm like, are you trying to like court her? That's what that means.
Also, for our female friends, we also say that when they're looking at guys.
Yeah,
oh,
I'm like smash. Yeah. It's a multi-gender.
Yeah, so I'm gonna clear that shit up because someone's trying to come at me, and I'm like,
It
bye, bitch.
It is not another word for female.
Bye,
it is
Felicia.
It is another word for are you interested in that person?
Yeah. But also, I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want. Shit, this is my podcast.
Yeah, but...
so I'm going to reread the question because, I'm going to be honest. I wasn't listening to you when you were speaking, William.
I'm sorry.
I'm in high school.
Just hold on. Take a second. Look how cute Catacomb looks.
Oh, my God.
He's been like that the whole time.
You have this. This is the view you have?
This is the view I get.
Catacomb is currently...
What's it like looking at your clothes?
I love my clothes set up. Catacomb is certainly, currently sitting behind me in a ball-like shape. And he's just, sleeping, napping, and that's what William's looking at this whole time. And I didn't know that was a thing.
Catacomb's the best dog in the whole world.
He is looking a little raggedy, like you said earlier.
He is.
I don't know what it is. Like, is it because...
I think it's because you took his harness off.
Well, I took it off because people were telling me that it's probably uncomfortable for him to wear.
Oh, well, I mean, it's got his identification on it. Mac needs his ID.
That's true. Anyway, I'm going to read Joe's
question. I'm sorry.
I'm in high school, and there's a girl I'm trying to smash, but we barely even know each other and don't talk often. How do I get to know someone new without a mutual friend?
I remember being in high school, and you liked the girl, and you went to the same school as her, and, like, class is over every 50 minutes, so you got to walk in between your next class, and there's, like, you hope you see her, you know
her route, because, you know everything about her, so you purposely go out of your way to go on her route and try to match up hands so you can potentially...
There was this girl I used to love in high school.
Woo-hoo!
Oh, my God. And I would do that kind of stuff with her. I just make sure that she would see me. I just wanted to make sure that she could see me.
Wait, did you ever talk to her, though? Or is it just like you need her to see you? And that's
one time her friends came up to me, and they were like, "You like her, huh?" And I was like, "What?
I mean, fuck yeah, I like her."
And then, but she actually eventually started talking to me. She started talking to me recently, and she just like, I don't know, she just said some things to me, and I was like, oh, yes.
She made you feel some type of way?
She still definitely doesn't want me.
What if she hit you with one of these? Will, I used to have the biggest crush on you.
I fucking go into my room right now and you hear a gunshot.
That's Will's new favorite bit.
It is my new favorite bit.
I'll go in my damn room and you hear a gunshot.
Slam the door. How did because the way I'm imagining it, as soon as the door slams, there's a gunshot. How did I get the gun out that fast?
Yeah, you had it on you the whole time. I'm trying to think about the girl. It's weird because when I was in high school, at least from 11th grade to the end of high school, I was in a long-term relationship. I don't remember, like, girls that I liked prior to that. Obviously, there was some. I do remember girls I liked in middle school. That's
really?
For sure, yeah.
But you said you forgot high school?
But high school, yeah, because I was in a...
Oh, you were in a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked a lot of girls. Well, really, like 4. Like, every year there was a different one.
Like, I'm happy that I was in a relationship because I learned a lot, and then I lived with them, and fuck, it was intense, and... Mm-hmm. A lot happened, and it, like, forced me to grow up, but I also kind of envious of you, how, like, you liked multiple girls, and, like, there was always that chase, like, even though, it didn't succeed. But,
yeah. No, I guarantee you succeeding is better when 100%, not 100%, but 98%. But, like, from liking so many different girls, so many different types of girls, I've learned so much from each of them. Like, all the girls that I liked, or it just didn't work out, even because of me, and I decided it wasn't a good idea. I still love all of them for who they are as people, because they're all, like, such strange individuals, and I'm glad that I've got to experience that with so many people. It doesn't care about it. I've never said, "You're my girlfriend." You know?
Do you remember the very first girl you ever liked?
Yes.
What, is that middle school? Or is that before middle school?
Like, actually, like, that was me. I told it, I think, before, like, on the last few days of 8th grade.
8th grade? How old are people at 8th grade?
Add 5 to the grade.
Wait, what?
13. Whatever grade you want, add 5.
No shit, is that... Mm-hmm. I always wondered how you figured that out so fast.
Yeah.
So 13 years old is the first time you liked a girl?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, did I like... I'm trying to think. Yeah, I guess so.
And I think I liked girls before then, but I wasn't smart enough to understand what it was. I was just like, oh, she's interesting. I want to be around her. But I finally liked the girl on the last day or the day before the last of my 8th grade.
I wish that
And I immediately told her I was in love with her.
Really?
Yeah, I said, let's say her name was Janet. I went, she was sitting in front of me, and I hit the table, and I went, Janet, I'm in love with you.
Janet?
Yeah, that's not her name.
Oh, okay.
Her name was a very
how did she react?
Ooh, she didn't like it. She was still my friend, though, which was weird. But she was not into me liking her.
Really?
Yeah, and I liked her for, like, the next year. And then a little bit after that, and I got over it.
I really wish that I was a kid who wrote in a journal as a kid. Mm-hmm. Like, always had a journal. Mm-hmm. Really? Because, like, I don't...
No, I have one online.
Oh, really? I don't remember a lot. I wish, like... Yeah. I wish I can say I remember the first time I jerked off. But I fucking have no idea.
I do remember that.
Really?
Yeah, I remember everything in my life.
How old?
12.
God damn, how the fuck do you remember that? Is that because you had a journal?
No, I'm saying my journal is. I'm saying my YouTube videos. I can watch those. And
Oh, right.
No, I always remember. You know, I like to remember dates and shit. I remember every year of my life. I remember it differently.
I do remember the act of when I first jerked off successfully, and like the first time that I like saw like pubes, which is
pubes.
Yeah, but I don't recall how old I was. I know what house I lived in, but I've moved so many times in my life, like fucking every year.
Easier for you.
It's weird it doesn't, though.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm stupid.
Maybe you're stupid. I don't remember my first time looking down and seeing things. I remember him growing, and it was really itchy, and I was like, it hurt. It hurt, didn't it?
I don't
growing
remember
pubes.
That. Does it hurt?
Yeah. It's like, for me, it's like they just, like, they used to. But I don't know.
Let's take a look. What do you have there?
Let's take a look. Well, let's take a look here. Yeah.
Did we answer his question?
Yeah.
I already, or her?
Oh, how can he get to know her?
Shit, we totally didn't answer.
Not at all.
We didn't even scratch the surface of this question. How do you get to know her? So you said you would... Oh, no, we kind of did. You said you would try to walk on her route or whatever.
Oh, yeah. But I'm saying that's going to be pointless. I mean, sadly, in high school, even more so than adulthood, you only like somebody if you like them.
The weird thing is... Okay, so she likes you. She knows you kind of. She's a child, so I'm not really sure. But if she knows you kind of, she already knows if she kind of likes you. You know what I mean? But what I will say is fucking go up to her and talk to her. Yeah. That's it. That's all you have to do. Go up to her.
If that doesn't work, that's it.
And go up to her and say, let's say her name is Sarah. Hey, Sarah, what's up? How you doing? I know, let's want to hang out? What are you doing for lunch? Fucking, how's your day going? What'd you do in class today?
About it.
Anything funny happen?
When would you walk up to her?
Whenever. Lunchtime. They're in high school. Fucking lunchtime.
She's sitting at the cafeteria.
Like, I know it's intimidating. What I remember in high school, it was super intimidating walking up to groups because they already have, it's their clique. They already have everything. They know all the fucking inside jokes, whatever, and it's like so insular.
And they all dress the same.
They all dress similar. They all act similar, so I know it's very intimidating. Yeah. But looking back now as an adult, I'm like, what the fuck? They're just a person.
They're just a person.
That's just a person.
And they're actually not that smart.
Right. They're not that smart. Like, they want to talk, they're just as afraid of you as you are of them. Just like fucking like a rat. Think of a rat. Think of humans as rats.
When I was like 16 in high school, I thought I was so smart, but I was so dumb. I've experienced so much life since then. Since you were 16, imagine how many things you've seen. And we're like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
I was super fucking mature for a 16-year-old, though.
I'd say in my neighborhood, for sure, I was mature. I was mature, but there was a lot of stuff I didn't know. Like, I didn't know about paying credit cards. I didn't know about when your cousin calls you up and like, I ain't got no money. I didn't know about none of that shit.
Right, yeah. My brother should have gave me more credit. I deserved more credit.
I mean, you probably got that because of how tough your brother was on you, so like...
Maybe. Shouts out to my brother one time.
Only once, never again.
Like, if I ever fucking mention his name again, ooh, it's over. I'm done. Catacomb, you're done. You better run, boy.
It's so weird to me that you have a brother.
Yeah, same thing about, like, because I don't really speak about family much, huh?
Yeah, me either. I don't really talk about I talk about my mom or my sister.
You talk about your immediate family a lot. I don't really talk about my family, not because I don't love them, because I love them very dearly, but... I just, Netflix and shit. So yeah, just go up to the girl or guy or fucking whoever and talk to them. Because at the end of the day, that's all it is communication. If you can't talk to the person now, you're not going to be able to talk to them ever. So just do it. And the worst that's going to happen is she's either going to go, nah, I don't fucks with you like that.
And if she does, just get over it.
Because there's like 13 other girls to the left of you and to the right of you.
It's just like that in general. If you want to be friends with somebody and they don't want to be friends with you, just get over it because there are plenty of other people.
Yeah. Let's move to the next question, but you should read this one because it's pretty much specifically directed to you.
Oh man, I'm hungry. Did you eat today already?
I ate this amazing.
You bastard!
This amazing. No, listen to this. I ate. It was called a breakfast Sammy. And in the Sammy, it's a croissant, and it was huge croissant. Inside is eggs. Also, sugar bacon with like this apple jam.
Okay, all right.
Oh, dude, and pepper jack cheese. God damn, that shit was... Go ahead.
Okay, it was fire. Hey, Will and Daren. So I've listened to the podcast on repeat for the past few weeks, and it's become my favorite thing to listen to.
Thank you very much.
Sketching.
Thank you.
Cool, thanks.
Can you sketch Catacomb? That'd be cool.
Catacomb. My question is, how can someone date William Haynes? I know he talks on the show about being lonely all the time, but after watching his YouTube channel for a while and listening to the podcast, I can't imagine how he does not get girls. This is me at my best. This is as good as it gets. This me is pretty sucky, and that's as good as it gets for me. After this, I'm like 50% less good, which is still way less than a good person. So this is that.
I wish you could have seen Will at the breakfast restaurant yesterday asking for syrup.
I have this issue with talking to humans. I just don't do it right on purpose too. But I don't think I can stop myself. So is it on purpose?
No, if you can't stop yourself, then it's not on purpose.
Like, I'm aware I'm doing it.
If you don't feel comfortable doing it any other way, then it's not on purpose.
That's the only way I feel comfortable.
Wow.
That's the only way I feel comfortable. I don't know, maybe it's because, like, I'm selfish, like, I take control of the conversation because I'm weird.
I would like to see you, not saying that you need it, but if you did do it, talking to a therapist, like, if you could somehow film that, obviously they wouldn't allow that, but if you filmed that, I think
they'd let me.
Really?
Yeah.
I would love to see your interaction with them. Would you then just be, a normal human being and talk to them like they're a normal human being, or would you still be weird and talk to them like
being
how you
weird
feel comfortable?
is me. That is me.
But what I'm saying to a therapist though, how would you talk? Yeah. Would you be weird?
Yeah. I don't know how to not be weird.
I wonder what they would say about that. I would be very interested to hear that.
Like, could you say I'm being weird right now?
No, right now you're just talking.
Really?
Yes. There's a difference that I try to tell you every time. There's a difference where when you sit down and the first thing you say to a stranger is my shirt too small?
Oh. He didn't tell me.
It's like the goal is to. I feel like your subconsciously your goal is to make them feel uncomfortable.
I wanted to make them laugh. Is that not a funny thing to say?
No, it's definitely funny, but it's more funny for friends. She doesn't find it funny because she thinks that's how you are. She thinks that's a genuine question that's coming from you, and she doesn't know how to answer that because it might offend somebody. You know what I mean?
Ah, yeah.
If she went, yeah, your shirt's too small, that might offend you. And she's working. She can't do that.
Yeah.
So if you already built up this rapport with her in this, 20 minutes that you've been eating there, like, you order your food and then you made some jokes, then maybe it makes sense. But if the first thing you say is like awkward and they don't know how to react, then it's weird.
Yeah.
I still think it's fucking hilarious.
And
I laugh every time.
Then what's the matter? I don't know. When I asked the guy, though, when I was like, is my shirt too small? He looked mad. He looked pissed. He was like,
was your shirt? No, it was my shirt
too small. It was too small.
Yeah, it was too small. Will likes to wear these black T-shirts that are just too small. They're like 2 sizes too small.
You know why? I realized why they were. I thought I was getting smalls, but because they're mistakes.
What do you mean?
What I've been getting them from is the FHP is when they have mistake shirts, and those I've actually been wearing extra small. I think.
Where do they shrink or something? Or they're physically?
Sometimes when you get them from the factory, you can only know if you're
like an idiot. Sometimes when you get a shirt from a factory.
No, I'm saying from experience, from when I worked there. When you work there, we have to pre-treat all the shirts, and then you get them, and they're like, you can feel it. You can feel it in your hands. I know I can do that now when I hold the shirt. You probably can do it too, right?
What?
You can tell what size it is. Just by holding it?
Kind of. Not just holding, but looking at it.
American Apparel, like T-shirts, I can 100% know. Because I held them so much. I'm like, oh, this is extra small.
Interesting.
I can feel it.
One time, I'm going to say shout out to Catherine, who says she listens to our podcast on repeat for the past few weeks. That's cool.
Thank you for writing a nice review.
How do you like our voices? Because I know Will and I each hate our voices. Our normal talking voices, don't like. So, yeah, good job on you. I want to tweet me some of your sketches. I want to see them. Did you answer her question? How do you? My question is, how can someone date William Haynes?
They do. I think
they do.
I mean, because I go on dates all the time, but like, I don't know. I'm just so strange. I'm not a stickable person.
Will, you go on dates all the time? You going on anyone?
Like once a month.
You going on anything soon?
That was my personal information. It might be today.
That's why I asked you a question.
Yeah,
I wasn't aware if you were going on a date.
Today, it might not.
Interesting. If you were maybe going on a date today, would you be nervous?
So you want to talk about me going on a date?
No,
today,
this is all hypothetical. This is all
right,
hypothetical.
We'll talk about it. I'm not nervous. I usually don't get nervous at all, and if I do, it's at like the last. Like I see them walking towards me, and I'm like, oh shoot! Like I gotta.
I forgot how to hug people. What do I do?
I don't know how to hug people. I can't wait to. I feel like the only reason I try to date, the reason why it never works out with me and girls is because I intentionally don't want it to work out because I want comedic juice.
Remember you used to say comedic?
No.
Bullshit.
I like the way comedic sounds, but
so you want comedic juice material?
Yeah, I want material. But I realized recently that I can't get good material if... I can get even better material from actually being in a relationship.
If it lasts longer than an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go on a date and it's successful, and you go on another date and that's successful, and you go on another date and that's successful, you have 3 times.
Way more material. That I can actually understand how people are. That's why I'm saying at 21 years old, I'm starting to realize things a lot more. I think deep down inside, all I want to do is be a comedian, and that's it. Like, I don't really, like, the whole, like, oh, my kids are home, time to make them, like, time to play games with them. That's not...
Deep down, all I don't want kids. I want...
It's going to be real bad if I have kids in the future that hear this. I didn't want you.
Yeah.
It was an accident.
You were a mistake, straight up.
You weren't a part of my perfect plan.
If I have a little Daren in the future, yes, you're going to look like me. Yes, you're going to be handsome. Yes, it's going to be adorable. And yes, we're going to have the same hairstyle and same clothing. But yes, you were a mistake. I'm sorry. I'm honest.
You were a mistake. If I have kids, it's going to be by accident.
God, we're fucking horrible people.
Oh, I mean, it's the truth.
But yeah, to me, all I want music. I want 1 or 2 good friends and a companion. Someone that I can hold and that can hold me at nighttime, but like, music is just, that's it. I don't want to do fucking anything else.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to help Sarah move on the weekend. All right. I don't want to help my friend Mike with his math equations. Because fuck, let's be honest, I'm not good at math.
We're real selfish.
Yeah.
We're real selfish. Yeah, I see what you mean. I think that's just how people in their 20s are. But when we get to like our 30s, we're going to be like, well, maybe I should plant a little seed and I feel like that's the way it is. That's just.
Are you talking plant a little seed reproduction?
Yeah,
okay.
I feel like we might biologically want it. Right now, we don't want it. We're trying to survive.
Right.
Once we are like, oh, now I'm surviving.
The only seeds I'm trying to plant is like a fucking avocado tree, so that shit can grow, and I can have as many avocados as I want. How cool would it
be if I grew a tree? I'll do that in the future.
Is that hard? Do you just?
Yeah, it takes a long time.
But like, I understand the process takes forever, but like, can I just throw some seeds and like some shit and like let the earth do the rest?
I don't think so. I think the first couple times.
Wait, so all these motherfucking trees? I mean,
no, these are trees they bought and put here.
But like, what about the trees elsewhere? Aren't those just natural or no?
No, I don't think any of the trees we see in Los Angeles in the city are there.
How fucking sad is that? Why, they were all knocked down?
Yeah, they had to make the city. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, huh?
One by one.
Because you can't just knock down some of them.
We're in the desert.
Yeah.
Like, once you get out of LA, it's desert.
Yeah, we're in the valley, and we're dangerously close to summer, and it's fucking... Yesterday sucked. It was
Yesterday sucked.
And it's not even that hot. It was like, what, maybe 89?
Yeah, it was like maybe 89. And it gets to like
110, and I'm not
but
ever trying to
do that last year, did it? It didn't get that hot last year.
Where were we?
The year before that, it for sure.
When we were in Reseda?
Oh, boy. It was like so hot.
It was fucking
Remember
miserable.
when you had a Wi-Fi thing that melted because it was so hot?
It fucking melted. I had to blast my air all day because of my dog. Like, I thought I was for sure certain that Catacomb would die if I didn't leave the air on because it was fucking miserable.
Yeah.
I hate the valley. I'm trying to move to the Palisades, have a White House, OKKK. Okay? That's a Gambino reference if you didn't know. Should we do another question, or should we wrap it up? I feel like we've been going for an hour.
How long has it been?
I don't know. It's 120.
Look at that.
I can't read that fucking shit.
Well, try.
That says 57. So I think 57 minutes. I have one more. All right, this is from Pete. My friend seems to be in a bit of a toxic relationship. He seems to be a little deluded to the fact that she doesn't really see much in the relationship, which me and many other people can also tell. This is kind of worded weird, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want my friend to get hurt, but I don't know if it is any of my business to get involved. P.S. Loving the cursing Will.
I'm glad.
So we've, as friends, we've been in a similar relationship. And you were more from the perspective of this guy named Pete. Were you not?
What if I told you I wasn't paying attention? And you're going to have to read it again.
Basically, his friend is in a toxic relationship.
Oh!
The girl knows it, all the friends know it, and he doesn't know it.
Oh! You didn't know?
No, I knew.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what you do when your friend's in a toxic relationship. You gotta... There's nothing you can do. I realized that. I remember when you were in a toxic relationship. It was horrible. You were sad all the time.
You talking to me?
Yes.
Okay.
You were not my friend anymore. You were not the friend that I loved. And
you still talking to me?
Yes.
Okay.
You were still my friend, but you recently re-became the friend that I loved. You were still my friend, my good friend, but you were sad. And I realized, and I would always tell you, I was like, I said, this snake woman, she's doing this, and that. You should stop being with her. She's evil. She's bad. And you were like, No, and you did whatever you wanted. What I realized is that when
I was like, yeah, you're right.
You were like, yeah, you're right,
but I'm not gonna do that, and then I wanted to do it.
And sometimes you'd be like, yeah, you're right, but I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
But what I realized is that in anyone's life, if you have a friend who's like going through this type of thing, when they're in love with someone and that person is bad for them, the only thing you can do really is be there to catch them when they fall, because people will keep climbing that ladder that leads to nowhere until they fall off of it.
Right. And
there's nothing you can do.
They kind of have to go at their own pace and kind of realize on their own that they're wasting their time with this person that is doing nothing for them.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just kind of fall on your own.
Yeah.
And for me, it took many falls.
Many falls.
One time, Will, myself, and a couple other friends, we went to a club. I won't say the club's name, but we went to some club, and we're all having a good time. And this is for me, I was currently in a state of not being with said evil person, or not. I'm not gonna say evil. That's bad. Said evil person, and she randomly showed up at the club.
Because she knew you were going to be there.
Because she knew I was there. She knew I was there, and randomly showed up by herself. But, this is towards the end of the night, so we're all having a great time dancing.
I just want to say, previously to that, I had told you, it was when we were moving to our new place, and I was like, and we were in the moving truck, it was just you and me. I said, I swear to you, I'm never going to look her in the eyes again.
I will never look her in the eyes again.
I could say, I could instantly like her again. We could be friends, and I could love her for the next 20 years, but I swear I will never look her in the eyes again.
You even said, even if you get married to her.
You get married to her, and I love her, and she becomes one of my best friends.
Yeah,
I'm not going to look her in the eye.
Fuck, what was I going to say?
And then, so we're at the place.
Oh, yeah, we're at the place.
You're somewhere else. Everybody else is somewhere else. I'm by myself, and I'm walking, trying to find everybody. And then I look, and the light flashes, because it's one of those clubs that lights flash. And I saw her, and I was like, oh, shit, is that Snake Woman?
And you guys made eye contact.
And then I was like, I rolled my eyes super hard, and I was like, oh, wait, that might not be Snake Woman. So I looked back at her, and I was like, oh, shit, it is Snake Woman. So I looked at her twice. Within 1 second.
And she made eye contact with you.
She looked right back at me.
And smiled?
And she was like, hey, and I was like, ooh. And I think I said that. I would, ooh.
And that was always their relationship. She would always try, like, when she would come over, she would always try to, like, say hi to Will, and Will would always say nothing.
Because I do not fool with people I don't like.
And at the time, it would fucking bother me, obviously. You know what I mean? But looking back, now I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It didn't ever make me mad, because I was just like, well, what the fuck am I going to do? Like,
Yeah.
I never said, like, you deserve this, but I would say things like, well, he's just upset because, it always ends bad with us.
Yeah.
But yeah, they looked into each other's eyes, and then I remember I was sitting outside with my friends, because it was fucking hot as hell inside. We were dancing up a damn storm.
Yeah.
And then Will came out, and then, he was mad. I can physically see the anger. And I don't know, how did you tell me?
I was like, I think I was trying to get you out of there. I was like, dude, I think I saw Snake Woman.
And I was like, what? What do you mean?
I was like, I'm not sure if it was her. I was like, what color is her hair now? And you were like, this color. And I was like, yeah, that's her.
And I was like, fuck. So then I went inside, and then I didn't see her. This is a club. There's a fuckload of people, and they're dancing. And I was like, oh, I don't see her. And I kind of gave it another walk around. And then she's in the back, sitting down, talking to these two dudes. And
of
I was
course.
Like, yeah, fucking of course. And then I was like, okay. So then she sees me. So then I kind of go up to her, and I sit down. And then apparently she didn't know those dudes. She was just talking to them. But she really, like, had nothing to say. Just
wanted to be in your presence.
Oh,
she's doing my high school move where you walk and let them see you.
Exactly. Fucking full
nothing.
circle. Full fucking circle. So she's trying to keep me fresh in her mind. And I feel like, looking back, I still don't really understand my state of mind, her state of mind, like, where everybody was at. We were never on the fucking same page, but I feel like...
Is it weird to you that your new girlfriend was there?
Yeah.
Did I tell you the part of that story?
That's why my life is fucking How I Met Your Mother. Because in the same building, kids.
Yeah. But what's funny about that, and I was pissed that she was there. I was like, I gotta get out of here. So I tell all the rest of our friends, we gotta go. Telling you I run shit around here. We gotta go. And then we all get out, and except for you, and your new girlfriend was like, she was like, who is that? I was like, oh, this is Snake Woman. Snake Woman did this, this, and this. And she was like,
future girlfriend, meet past girlfriend.
Yeah. And she was like, wow. She was like, Daren could get any girl if he wanted to. And I was like,
she told me that shit that night too, and I was like, "You're fucking crazy." I was like, "She's like, you didn't get any of these girls," and I was like, "No, you're one. You've never been so wrong in your life than you are currently."
Yeah.
And then Will is just fucking mad. I've only seen Will apparently, which my current girlfriend told me I think yesterday, that you were talking some shit on me that night.
I mean, yeah. Am I wrong? Was I wrong?
What were you saying?
Were you not up to some shit?
What were you saying?
I was just saying you always do the same thing. You don't want to get back here and then you get back with it, and you don't want to get back with it. That's the only shit. If I said anything else, then that must have been heat of the moment. You know that Chris Rock joke where he's like, when I'm mad at somebody, I should be able to say whatever the fuck I want.
I need to watch some Chris Rock. It's been way too long because I don't remember that joke.
For those of you wondering, that's from Kill the Messenger.
Thank you, because I'm going to look that up later. Why are we even telling this story?
When your friend's in a toxic relationship, but I already answered the question.
Fuck, yeah, so...
But the email basically, when your friend is in a toxic relationship, just be there, let them know that when it's over, you will still be there, and you kind of just have to let people do these things themselves.
Just try to be the best friend that you can, and try to understand, even though, like, you're basically fucking talking to a wall, because they're not going to listen. And
you're talking to a wall with one of those soundproof things on it, so it's just bouncing right back at you.
Just know, though, when they do finally listen, they're going to appreciate it, and they're going to come back around, and they're going to be like, look, you were fucking right. I think on that note, we should end it. I want to mention that we have a Patreon, www.patreon.com/SheDidn'tTextBack. That's Patreon, I believe. Maybe Google it. I'm not really sure.
If you have questions that you want to ask us while we're on the podcast, advice-related questions, the email is SheDidn'tTextBack@gmail.com. Really quick on the Patreon, it's a website where people can, like, I think it's considered donating. I'm not really sure, but there's perks on there. I think if you donate $1, you're just helping out the show, and we appreciate it. And then there's a $5 option. I think there's a $20, a $15, $20, $25, and $50, I believe. People that have already donated, we fucking appreciate the fuck out of you. Thank you. As far as all the perks go, we're gonna do it like towards the end of the month, so like, please be patient. But if you can, check it out. If you donate, we fucking love you, and we will give you a big old boy kiss if we ever see you. What else? On iTunes, if you can go and rate it. We were on the New and Noteworthy, and we were also like I think like number 70 on the top 100 podcast, which is fucking incredible because we've been doing this for like, what, 2 months? 2 months, maybe.
We have like 8 episodes.
Making charts. I'm out here like I'm Drake in this podcast
game.
Man,
if I release a single and I hit those charts numbers, it's gonna be insane.
If you had 70 out of 100,
I would cry.
Yeah,
I would cry. Like, it's fucking really awesome doing on the podcast, but maybe there's not as much competition. Even though like there's so many incredible podcasts out there, like Jake and Amir's.
Yeah,
and fucking. Does Louis C.K. have a podcast?
No, he doesn't.
He definitely should.
He did for like 20 minutes. He made 2 episodes.
Really?
Once,
he would fucking crush it.
I just want to also point out to you that that same night with the snake woman thing and your new girlfriend was the same night that we met Jake and Amir.
That was the same night. Yeah. A lot happened. Wait, was it the same night? That was the same night.
Maybe not, actually.
Well, we went there multiple times. I don't know. And I wanted to go there last night.
Actually, you know what? It could not be. I don't know. All these things kind of come into one.
Yeah. But yeah, Patreon. Follow us on Twitter. My Twitter is at Daren Von Gerner, DarenVonGirner. Williams is at Mr. William Haynes. That's MRWWW.
William Haynes.
WWW.
Haynes, Haynes.
I think that's everything. Fucking go listen to other people's podcasts, like Mike Falzone, he's funny, and he looks like Jesus, and he's one of our good friends.
The Morganism with Elliot Morgan.
He doesn't do podcasts anymore, but he should bring it back and have us on him. Tweet at Elliot C. Morgan and say you should have Daren Von Gerner and William Haynes on your podcast. And I think that's it.
So yeah, that's about it.
Go ahead and, after this podcast is over, get your phone, even though I know your phone's on your lap, just like me. Call your mom. Tell her you love her. Call your sister, ask what's good. I don't know.
Hey, player, what's good? Let me dope you.
Tell Gambino to hang out with us, because, we've been trying to hang out with him.
And he is not responding.
I know there's a we have a small audience that listens to this podcast. There's one of you motherfuckers that are friends with Gambino, or you have
never thought of that.
Or you're friends with a friend who is friends with a friend who's friends with Gambino or Drake. What the fuck? We're basically over here S and their D.
Not in our group, but if not, on all the shows I make, and I talk about these motherfuckers all the time.
I know one of you motherfuckers kind of know them.
I know one of you motherfuckers kind of knows Miranda Cosgrove.
We met her at the mall the other day, and when I say met, we'll talk to her for a couple seconds. But
for a couple of seconds.
Still cool, because she was on iCarly.
She was.
I like her more from Drake and Josh, I'll be honest.
I like them both, though. I will never not say that I didn't like iCarly. I love that show.
Yeah, that was a good show. iCarly, fucking, even like SpongeBob and shit. These shows that people are like too ashamed to admit they like.
Oh, you know what? I was just about to say. Actually, I'll tell you that off of the podcast. Okay. Never mind.
So yeah, last notes: Patreon, Twitter, do the shit, rate the shit, follow us. If you know Drake, hit him up. Tell him to fuck with me. If you know Gambino, tell him to fuck with me. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out too.